So today we are shooting at Carmines restaurant. Carmines has been around since 1972, but the way it got its start is pretty fun. So Carmines Sr. started out as a bartender here. As he was bartending, he found out that Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin were going to open a restaurant. So he applied to be the maitre d', got the job, and he opened, dozens of restaurants for them after that. And then he found out his old stomping grounds, this restaurant was for sale, and so he had to ask Frank Sinatra for his blessing to open a competing restaurant because Frank just had an Italian restaurant just down the street. So Frank gave him his blessing. He said, sure, you can open it as long as you don't change the name of it for 2 years. So this place officially opened in 1972 under the name Carmines and became a popular hotspot ever since for the Italian community. The hippo is a fun story. So when Carmine opened the place, he was very close to Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, and Dean Martin actually gave it to him as a gift. When you open a business, the tradition would be to give someone a statue of an elephant, face it towards the door as a sign of good luck. Well, either Dean Martin or Carmine absolutely hated elephants, so Dean Martin actually gave a white hippo to Carmine when he opened the restaurant, and it's been facing the door ever since 1972.
Big weekend, so our weekend 2. Feeling better, Vanessa and I had a good talk. I think we were better suited. And I think that next day 4 was really on it.
Yeah, it was a great day. No notes. I think Faith and I were both feeling a little shaky from the previous weekend, just tentative, because we had this new game plan and we wanted to be on the same page with each other. But I honestly feel like it was the perfect shoot after that because it was so drastically different. It was so big and there were so many moving parts. We really just got to have fun, and it was such a stupid day.
So we obviously are buying all these props and things for ourselves, and I'm ordering her this chest hair, and I'm ordering her, and it's funny because when we initially bought the hairpiece, we're gonna put chest hair on her face or something but this came with a strap, which couldn't have been better.
So gassed. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm screaming.
Oh my god.
What a choice. You know what I mean? What a choice. But I can't wait. I hope people love it. I think it's so funny and so specific, and when she came on set, I was well, pick up a camera. Let's do it.
Wow, babe.
Incredible. No. I don't want a single fucking no.
I just have to add.
The chest hair is really a lot.
I love it. We're saving that for later. I might need it.
She's back and better than ever. We're back and better than ever, baby. Week 2.
Do oh my god.
Yeah. At this point, I'm dressed as Bob Ross. Emily and I were traveling together. We came at the actor call time, not production. Faith and Linda had gotten there before we did. But when I walked in and it looked like a dive bar with the American flag and the 70s posters and the weird bar paraphernalia, it was so perfect. I've never seen it look like that. I can't believe that we were able to do that. And Linda she pulled that out of her hat because we gave her no props, no money. We said, here's what we have. Here's a pile of stuff. Can you make this look different? And she did. She was a magician that day.
Yeah. This is my very good friend's beer stein that his recently deceased grandfather gave him, so I promised it would not break.
America. You sure it shouldn't be upside down? What? It just means SOS.
There were so many great moments. And I love when Emily at one point when she sees them for the first time, she grabs her arm and she's like, ugh! It's so funny because when we reveal to these are not people to be afraid of.
I am playing Hildegard.
And I'm Hans.
And we are fraternal twins who love each other very much.
We love each other.
We are very in love. I mean,
love. And we're very competitive.
Yes.
We love trivia. Trivia freaks.
trivia freaks, and I think we're the national champions of Trivia Bowl.
That's right. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
What do you think? Should we walk into it? Fucking insane.
Alright, and speeding.
Birth order, scene 36 beta, take 1.
Hi, Alex. So glad to have you back. Loves his strong competition.
Incredible. Let's do it again. It was great. Okay. So funny. I think I love that. I think for you especially, like really for you, kind of be like them.
That trivia episode shoot was a real treat for me personally because I had asked friends of mine that I work with all the time to do it. Getting to watch them work was really amazing because not only am I having fun in the scene with them and just like having a blast and it's fun to perform with funny people, but also there is a little bit of pressure when you invite a friend because you hope that they are everything, like, because I know that Faith and you and like, I don't know, I feel like you guys are watching and I vouched that these people are going to be very good. And we have now dressed an entire restaurant and we're spending 12 hours here. These people better be good at what they do. And so I was really just like beaming like a mother hen with watching my friends just be funny as hell. I'm like, yes, they are. Like, I knew it, I knew it. I knew they were perfect for this part. I knew that they would knock it out of the park. I knew that they would like be triumphantly hilarious. And they were. And so that was really cool. It was just like, yes.
Have you even seen it? No, I haven't. Exactly, because you're a fake man. You stand here and you use your two facts.
The trivia episode was our opportunity to like build out the world, and we wanted to have an episode where there's a subplot of something so dumb and like unrelated to Emily and I. And I feel like the bartender trivia host thing is one of my favorite parts of the show because it's so unrelated. And it's very much like a side quest. And even though we only have 9 episodes, I like to show that. That's what I kind of miss about TV, is that everything feels like it's on plot. Everything feels like it's on it has to be a part of this overarching story or it's not relevant. No, I want to see shows like The Office where you have 5 episodes of we go on a crazy stupid journey and it doesn't really have anything to do with what's happening. Like, I miss that, and so that was our opportunity to do that.
The one, Rick Moranis! Yes!
Here, Bruce. Oh, come on, Ron, lighten up.
That's your great name, Dirty Nancy! Yes! Dirty Nancy, did you clock it? Now clock it! Stargate!
I think every character brought so much to that day that it just, and like the background was, that's what makes you feel good. Again, it's like you're hearing it out loud for the first time, and the audience, the background was like, every take was like, this is so funny, this is so fun, we were holding it in, like, that's what you want to hear. And like that was really a big compliment for other people that were like, obviously there and just hanging out with us. To be like, no, we're having fun. Because that was great. Like that was all that it's about. You like forget like that's what it's about. Like it's like, you know, you're not gonna see the finished product or hear the laughs, but like kind of hearing the laughs in real time were fun.
Yeah, it's time to shine, background. Phil, you got this. You're natural. The background, they're gonna give reaction.
Yeah, we had like, I think 11 extras and then 4 guest stars. I think the thing that's like something I wanna learn how to do is like directing the extras in a smart way, because my biggest fear is like continuity. So it was like, I'm happy to have people moving, but I'm like, again, it's like another thing to be juggling. when you're looking at the monitor to make sure like everybody looks great and they're getting what's on the page, because you want to make sure the dialogue is there, and you're, you know, and then you have to like, okay, do I emotionally like this? And then you're like checking everything, and then, you know, the added layer of like, cue this person to walk on this consistent word, you know, and then when you do like a take, because so many times we were doing like fun takes or like improv takes, it's like they're not gonna have a specific beat to hit. So at a certain point, I know like Nar stepped in, which was great to like help. I was like, you just cue them when it organically is around the same beat so that we can make it work, which I think did.
I trust. I don't know what's going on, but
You trust the process? Yeah. That sounds great to me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Faith and I just purely have vibes, and then Ben comes in with like real ideas to make that happen, and that's kind of how this whole process has been going.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Good. Ben's a rock star. That's what's right. Just gonna stepped in the hole. That's a water line, I think. No, it's fine. It's fine. Let's not worry about it. Our infrastructure is crumbling. Okay, I can't be held responsible for that.
All right, let's go. Lights fading.
Lights fading. Lights fading. We got it.
All right,
Scene 38, leave, take 1.
I really made me excited for the pilot. I remember being there for that episode because that was another stressful one. It was like, it's like almost every day that passed we did like harder things, but then I knew it was like an alleviation towards something else down the road that wouldn't be as hard. Like doing that episode instead of the pilot was like, okay, you know, we did something really, really hard at the top, and then we could like really think about the pilot for later because we had been in the space and we knew how it would look, and it just really set up the rest of the shoot, I think. Third inside, so we're good. That's a wrap, baby. That's a wrap, baby! You guys killed it. Okay. This is what the people want to see. Me and my chapped ass hands. It's gonna be a sad day. I'm really sad thinking about me crying through this whole day. This is sad. Sad as shit. And that was the finale for me was like super important. I was like, you know, every other day can be super light and like have lots of levity and laughs, which it should, but like today, like that day just like really has to hit. And we even talked with like Ben about aesthetically how does that look? Because we had all kinds of ideas about them moving through the apartment. And Ben was so right. He was like, when you're that upset with someone, you're just like stuck in a moment. Like it's not, you know, we wanted them packing and running and doing, and it's like, no. Like, I mean, they're really going at each other's throats. I don't think you're like, I just think you're so focused on that.
Obviously we'll get like, you know, like a two of them just so we have some space, but I think when it's like so wide, in a scene like this, we are like so detached from like what they're saying. It's like, but being like there with them when you guys are like going back and forth.
Right, for the
I
close-ups.
think those are like the...
We'll end up using most
those
of
are
that.
like the you know...
The finale day was actually one of the best for me. I had no preconceived notions going into it, and Faith feels very strongly about drama, more so than I do. I have opinions about it, but I just was so focused on the character that I didn't really care. I just, as long as she felt right about it, and she has more experience with directing drama, I wanted her to have it.
More side of it, it's gonna be like, you can see you build, like, yeah, pay attention. Yeah, pay attention. Perfect.
We were really struggling to figure out a way to end or culminate what these characters have been through. And it felt like everything was leading towards something. We weren't sure what, but it just felt like, you know, a sitcom where everything kind of happens, but there's no real stakes. And so we made the decision to add this scene where they finally say what they've been thinking for, 15 years.
I really like that one. How do you guys feel? I like it.
What do you, I trust you.
I like it. I think it was great. I think between 5 and 6 it's in there. It's just gonna be those last two takes were really good. Yeah. Yeah, let's just jump into Alex. That was great. It's really flowing,
it's like
the flow is flowing.
even though you're like
I'm gonna
you know,
be sad as
fucking
shit
got
by the
hurt
end of
and
this.
shit, I still like feel bad.
And I feel like I need to call my brother.
Like you have that like empathy. for
Cause
you,
he didn't stand a
like,
chance either.
You know, like where you those characters where you're like, oh, you just need to...
Obviously, when you write, you like use your experiences, you use your life, you use what you know. It was really hard to, you know, again, you're writing it and you don't hear it. You write it and you don't, you know. We ran lines, Vanessa and I came over during the week before and we again said them out loud and we both were like, wow, okay, no, heard. Like we both were like laughing, like this is really biting, this is really intense, this is really, you know, what you do go for the jugular with siblings. I don't think you take it easy on your, that's like my therapist once was like, why do you think your families press your buttons so well? It's like they made your buttons, which I was like, oh, yikes.
It has pieces of both of us in it, and I think that kind of made it easy to latch on to what the characters were going through. I don't personally feel the way I feel, and you know, as the character, I am not Emma. But there are moments of things that people have said to me that went into that scene. And same with Faith. And we just compiled a list of basically all the most terrible things that have ever happened to us and put it in this scene.
All right, action, Vanessa. So much of Emma, not that my brother is Emma, but there was tendencies. Like I think that just naturally happened with like younger and older siblings. It was very triggering. It was very hard to see like fleshed out some of the things I wasn't able to say. Like I feel like I communicated emotions on the page that I don't communicate well as a person. The line when Alex was like, I just feel like I'm cleaning, because I think to me it wasn't like the actual physical act of her cleaning, just more about her like cleaning up every all the messes and like all the things in her life, which I obviously reflect and was like, this is me.
Whatever it is, I have to come in and I have to clean it all up. You know what? I am just sick and tired of cleaning, okay? Everything you touch blows up in your face, okay? And you can't...
I drove home bald. Just like bald. I'm not a crier. Let me just set the record straight to everybody. I'm not one who like, which is not okay, I recognize that. I'm not emotionally good to not, I just like, I really struggle with like a release of emotion like that. And I really like, just thought about the day and then like my brother and like the conversation he and I had had. But I cried, I was like ugly. I came home, I think I was like covered in mascara and like, cause I was just like rubbing my face, like just like wailing, sobbing, not like, ooh, like I've never been a pretty crier. But I was like a mess in the parking spot. I'm like, if anybody saw this, they'd be like, someone is having a mental breakdown. Just like the whole experience, I think, was really like getting to me. Not that in a bad way, it was just like, you know, you're exhausted, you're working, you know, and this is kind of like middle of the shoot. This like midway through too.
The night after the drama scene, I felt like I was hit by a truck. My entire body was tense. I was literally icing myself like I had just played in the Super Bowl. I was sitting on my couch just laying down, replaying everything in my head going, I hope that worked. It was so fulfilling, tough on the body. I don't know if I would do something as serious as that a lot. Like, I don't know how they did Schindler's List, is what I'm saying. I don't know how you could be in the headspace of that all the time. We had one day of sad scene, and I was down for the count. Like, physically exhausted.
Okay.
Looks good too.
Oh yeah, you guys are killing it. I mean,
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think between like all this to cut around, we're gonna have a lot of stuff. And it's gonna feel, it feels long, but in the edit, this is gonna be very quick.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Feel grounded.
Yeah. Cool. Feels very real. And it's so funny.
This in combination with the car scene from earlier is so good.
Yeah.
This is a piece of art.
Sweet. You ready?
Ben, sweet. We're reshooting this one because we want it to feel, coming into this episode, coming into this scene, it just feels a little more organic to like do the whole sequence at once instead of pulling in and out of the scenes, I think, with the dramatic weight of it all. So.
Are we ready to?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Sorry, Julie and I were just talking. No.
Any other thoughts?
No, I just think we just go again and see.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The scene that we needed to reshoot was from the bad day, the infamous bad day. And it's the car scene the moment before the drama, moment before our big fight. Emily and I as actors had a lot of time to vibe out and figure out what was going on, but also we've now shot a lot more, so it was nice for her to have something to draw on. Because in the car scene, she's going over everything she's done to get to where she wants to be, pretty much everything Emma's done, and why she would be stressed out and assume the worst about her. It's not for nothing that Emma has done this before. I feel like, you train people how to treat you, and I think although there's this sibling relationship that goes really far back to things that happened when they were kids and they don't quite understand it, and sometimes you do get in a groove of treating people a certain way based on how they were when they were kids, I do think that Emma has lived up to Alex's point of view of her.
The parentified person in you is so disappointed. Yeah. Because it's like, Emma should have, how could she do this? It's like, and you even say in the fight, you date losers. Yeah. Like, why would you do this to me? Because you keep saying, it's so mean, it's so mean. Yeah. Like, it is.
Even though Alex wants the best for her, she still, at the end of the day, kind of undermines her because she thinks she can do well, but she kind of always has in the back of her head, well, she'll probably screw up. And to her defense, Emma has done that. So for me, it was really cool seeing Emily fight that a little bit, or I should say Alex fight that, and seeing the way that Emily interpreted that.
You know what, actually, I'm just going to I'll just note that.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a sip. I'm just kidding, mine's over there.
She's my client, Emma. Okay, and what? So you knew? No, I didn't know.
I could have.
Maybe you might know each other. Okay. Why
I think that counts as kissing a gay. Could have been bad.
I was thinking she being Emma will be
It's Scary Annie.
Oh yeah.
More cowbell.
I kind of love this. I kind of love this for Phil.
Yeah. I love that. It's very red foo.
It really works.
That's me.
What a call.
Hey,
I'm running through these
I need
holes
my whole
like
body to be loose. Party rockers in the
They were
house
the
tonight. Everybody just have a good time.
Hey, this is the last time we're gonna be super up for the rest of today.
Yeah, everybody enjoy it.
It's gonna be sad.
Everybody taking this
I have
moment.
a tear stick that all of you can use.
Cut. I feel like that's
Yeah, that was awesome.
that's it.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me is that Emily is just such an amazing dramatic actress. She can bring so many levels and so many nuances that I didn't think about when I was writing it, but she had a different interpretation to it. And when I saw it, it was beautiful. I was almost glad that we only had one camera because on her takes, although you want to give all of yourself to every performance to give the other actor something to latch onto, it was really lovely because when it's just dirty over the shoulder and you can't see my face, I was able to really watch her and really take in what she was doing, and performing with her was like taking a master class. It was really cool.
You just never take accountability, do you? You're never gonna become anything.
Everything aside, the most important part of the show is we're showing these sisters, right? We want to show big and little, and something Allison said, which was a huge compliment. She was like, I see so much of myself in Alex. She's like, I am we just talked about what that looks like, and relatability to me is the most important thing as a writer, producer, any of it. It's if people don't relate to what you're saying, why are you saying it? And the fact that she was so vulnerable enough to share or disclose that was really cool, but then to also be I totally get her, I totally get Alex. It not only validated the character, but validated me to be I'm not the only one that's made to feel this way. And it was really cool, it was really special. It was something I'll probably treasure the rest of my life. So it was great. It really was therapeutic to me and felt so good to get it out. and I think helped me like reprioritize the rest of the shoot in a different way. I just remembered like what I'm doing all this for. Like, why am I making it? And I was like, oh, like I just want to show what it is to be an older sister and like all the things you face that nobody talks about, and like how Alex has like sacrificed so much of herself for her younger sister. I hope people will like empathize for both of them. I hope the takeaway is like, you know, we're all learning, growing, evolving, trying to be better. I hope people empathize and see, like Allison did, I hope everybody finds parts of themselves in Emma and Alex. I don't think you're singularly one or the other. I think everybody's a little bit of both.
What do you mean? I mean, this was it, Emma.
I think we were on our groove on the trivia day. I think we locked in on drama day. Honestly, I might do that first next time, because I feel like there's something about screaming at each other for, you know, a few hours, and you really get out what you wanted to say, even though we, Vanessa and Emily, don't want to say these things to each other. There's something coagulating about that. There's something that like gels you, and it's almost like we emulsified into this thing. And it felt like on that day, Vanessa the actor and Emily the actor came together and just got to do our thing, and then Vanessa the director and Faith the director got to do our own thing. And it didn't feel like these two things were competing with each other. Yeah, it was honestly great, even though it was a tough day.
It was cool and rewarding. It was really, I think, rewarding. More than I thought it was gonna be. Also devastating, simultaneously devastating. That's a therapy bill.
No, I really like that. Although I don't know if we should show the Carmines on it, so
why not?
Oh, unless you want to.
Hell yes.
Because we're
Show
gonna pan to the
Carmines
Carmines.
everything.
Oh, that's right. We'll see the sign.
I want to see all the Carmines.
Sorry.
Free marketing, yes please.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yes, please.
Perfect. This looks so good. Yeah.
Unless you wanted to be fancy with a computer screen, but I figured.
No, I like
God.
that.
I like
I'm
that
an
old
old school.
Alright, hurry up!
Eric is such a talented comedian. We are lucky to have him.
Yes.
I'm lucky to be here.
This is BTS.
Hey BTS. He's the one.
Don't
Follow him.
Like end of day stuff, and then he's like, "Why are you here?" Like,
So Vanessa, you're talking about like you want like a shot of.
I'm gonna get the big one.
Do you want wine glasses?
Yes, please. I'll have Phil grab.
When you're a star, they let you do it.
So we're shooting at Carmines again. It's the pilot. We're now smooth sailing. We're in the groove. At this point, everyone knows how each other works now. Everyone's vibing. We're jiving. We're buzzed. We're having a good time. It was great.
I think the pilot, if this doesn't get people's attention, I don't know what will.
That was insane. That was amazing. That was insane. That was insane.
We're filming the pilot. It's episode number 1. It's a big day. It's a very big day. The monologue was actually what I initially used for the audition, so it's kind of a blast to revisit it.
I think you really think she's on a date,
Right.
but clearly it's her sister,
Yeah.
and obviously like tribe members. So there is something funny about like that unspoken like, we're here together. Like, it's okay, baby. Like, she's gone. You know what I mean?
The restaurant's closing in 5 minutes, so.
No, she wouldn't do that. When I get up in the bug.
You ready to rock and roll?
Oh, like, you know me.
We can use that outlet over there too.
Okay, so one this week.
He's sleeping with the producer.
Life-changing
spectacular, never been done before show-stopping.
I think it was really funny. I love your passion was really lovely. I don't have, but yes, it's so good. So this is gonna get, I think,
We only hire the best of the best.
I know.
That's what you should do as a friend.
Oh my god.
Come on, get in here. Come on. Yeah.
Top.
And bottom. 1, 2. Oh! Submarine and potion from like 3 years ago.
Are we ready?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we are.
Okay, cool. Cut.
That's great.
I think we'll just do it again because we've set it up and.
Yeah. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
That's yours, isn't
Wyatt
it?
doesn't
Yeah,
have to
almost.
act. Wyatt doesn't have to act. Look at that man. He's already in
Sorry.
character.
I'm sorry, I'm not sorry.
We brought him out on a Sunday.
Put your name on.
We said, can you give us hours of our time? No dialogue written for you. We're gonna get you mic'd up just in case.
I could also glue it to your hand.
You can think of the funny dialogue. You're a pro. He is a pro. And that's why to be honest, I do kind of feel bad about it. I was like, but he's an angel. He's an angel who would do that. I'm so excited. But I was really happy that we kind of put Mikey and Wyatt in the same episode because they have such different energies, and we wanted that to play off of each other because we wanted to show and highlight Alex and Emma's two energies.
Too chocolatey. Well, you said chocolate.
Yeah, what else do you have?
Emily really hit her stride that day, I think, too. I think she felt really, like, I mean, she was so great the whole time, but there was something about that day. She really, like, tapped into herself.
All right? You've got gainful employment and emotional intelligence. It oozes out of you. You know? Speaking of emotional intelligence.
This was actually her tape audition. And we had hired Claire, our friend Claire, who's the casting director. Claire, I don't know how many people she sifted through, but we received 20-something tapes.
I was having a really hard time, okay? And so I called her because I was struggling. My Pilates instructor, Kevin, had a heart attack in the middle of class. Not my class, thankfully, but can you imagine? Anyway, so he died, and I called her to talk to her about it. And
I don't want to say that when I saw Emily, I wanted to cast her, but I wanted to cast Emily. I am so proud that it worked out because as soon as I saw her tape, I said, she gets it, she knows the beats, she knows the vibes. She was having fun with it.
It's just, you said 2 weeks. So I planned my life around the 2 weeks.
I remember when we shot the finale scene for the audition, when she walked out of the room, all of us were like, it's her.
We will go to the jumbo juice. I will walk you into...
Claire, me, Vanessa, we all were like, it's Emily. Like, we can tell her now, or we can let her sweat it out, but it's her. You know, like, it was really funny. Like, we feel cruel to be like, oh, we'll tell you tomorrow, but she nailed it. She just embodied it in a different, unique, fun way, and I think we are so lucky.
And we had to wait for her to get out of the building before we went, well, that's her. But we had said after everyone left the room, like, well, they were amazing. Like, they were amazing. You know, I could really see them in this, and they could really shine, and we loved seeing people's work. But when she left the room, it was like the missing puzzle piece. And I don't think the show would have worked without it. Emily just was it.
We had a lot of really fabulous actresses that auditioned, that Claire presented, and but there was something about Emily, and then when she came into the room, it just happened, and I was like, oh, right. And that's why it is so important to be in the room with actors again, because I miss it a lot, we don't do it as much anymore in casting, but so imperative for the relationship with her and Vanessa. We had to buy them as sisters, we had to buy a connection and chemistry, we had to see that they worked, and they did, pretty immediately.
So cut to pilot day, we got to shoot the monologue that we saw her audition with in November. She was in rare form. I mean, it was really cool seeing the monologue that we have a tape of, now seeing it in the costume, on the set, and interacting with the other character. It was really cool. It was just like magic. I would say that was one of the biggest moments where I felt like, oh, this is like magic what we're doing.
She's so good. She was so great. I think we really lucked out with her for Alex. Like really, truly, like thank you, Claire. We really, really lucked out.
Great. Fantastic.
So we are moving it back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta roll now, bitch. I'm in my worst profile angle. How am I gonna? It's fine. I'll figure it out. And not try to hit everything. Oh, or the light.
Oh, when we originally wrote that, we were in Griffith Park, and then we went, we can't shoot at Griffith Park. You need a permit for that. So we just shot by the dumpsters. Actually, one of my favorite parts of it is that you see me next to a dumpster. I think that says everything you need to know about the character of Emma in 2 seconds. It's perfect. And that is the magic of filmmaking, because we had to be in the parameter of what we were given. You know, when people have too many resources, I think they kind of lose the plot. Because I don't think it would have been as funny if we were at Griffith Park. I don't think it would have been as funny if we had access to certain things. Yeah, it ended up working out perfectly.
Hurry up. This shirt is deceptively thin. Where is, by the way, you can spell the matter.
She's in the car. She's in the car. You need in the story?
Yeah, boy. She's slaying. You're on top. You're on top. You're on top. You have crazy stamina. Okay. Yeah, you going?
Yeah.
That's a little better. Write that down. Good job, team. Look, that's the gate. I'm gonna give you one and guns. Baby. More than one. Maybe like for all we know, you could like really go for a cigarette or something. Somehow like we come where the windows are open, and Alex hears your voice, and then there's a moment where it's like superhuman strength psycho. Great. Let's for fun, just a thought. Yes.
Picks up the trash.
Yeah. Throw at the car.
It's like, what is this show?
So there was a point where the idea came for the gate to rip open. When you like see us jump back, and then you see the gate open, you see her, and she plants perfectly, and she's like, ah! Нет! Terrifying.
Нет! Молоко! Oh my god! Look! Нет! Привет! No! Oh my god! Take her! Take her! Take her! I don't know her! I don't know her! I don't know her! Stop everything! Look! Нет! Нет! What? Who is this? Oh no! Молоко! Привет! No! Как дела? Хорошо! Take her! Нет! Нет! Take her! Нет!
It's hilarious. Vanessa's like, fuck. Like she's like, okay.
This is it.
Yeah.
I can one more time.
And
That
he's
was
like
incredible.
freaking out. She's like,
Yeah, this is my sister.
You can have her.
We're gonna get the cops called on for sure. Holy
That's
shit.
insane.
So
What?
Thank you guys. That was so fun.
Amazing.
That was so much fun.
You're
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Okay.
We might have some background screaming.
I don't hate it if they walk in front of you. We can make it work.
As long as they're not looking at the camera.
This is amazing.
It's okay. It's all four. We don't worry about it. Nobody.
It's just so funny.
It is. It's very good.
We're not done yet.
Not done yet.
Not done yet, and feeling great.
It feels good. It feels real good.
Feels like we're making magic.
Disney magic.
Yeah. Maybe not Disney.
No, probably not appropriate for.
But Hulu.
HBO.
Delulu till we're on Hulu.
HBO.
Give me some.
Funny
I
how
would
you're holding
Showtime.
Oh.
The vagina first?
No, it's hero.
It was just late and everyone was ready to go, but one of the coolest things ever was it was Oscars night and Mikey Madison had just won. Like maybe 5 minutes before that. Like I think someone was getting text announcements. And directly over Carmines was a giant billboard for Honora. And it was like, wow.
She won the Oscar!
She won. Way to go.
She did it. She did it.
She won!
It's Oscars night and we're shooting our pilot.
Yeah, we are.
In step 1, this becomes a hit.
That's
Step
the
2,
goal.
Oscars, baby.
That's the other goal.
Sometimes when you watch those awards, you're like, how do you get there? Like, how do one day, not that you want to win an award, but you want to like be with the people who are doing the thing and like making the best things. And sometimes when you watch those, you sit back and you go, what am I doing? Well, like on this Oscars night, we were shooting. And that just, it just really made me feel amazing. And like seeing that she won and seeing her billboard there, it felt like a sign.
Cut. Gorge. That was amazing. No notes. I loved it.
Is that a wrap?
It's a wrap!
It's a wrap!
Yeah, let's do it, yeah.
And we're only on day 5 of shooting, so I'm gonna pull it together. Let's get into it, sorry.
I didn't mean to startle you.